he could possibly take on all of you and destroy you. That is why I do not go there. I want to pay my debts back. There's no doubt about that. But I won't be able to do that until you take care of what I need. And then when I get back what I'm sending you to get, then I can take care of my debts and be able to travel freely in Thunderspire Labyrinth again. And the Seven-Pillared Hall. But be careful. The Seven-Pillared Hall is pretty safe. The mages take care of that place. But outside of the Seven-Pillared Hall is very dangerous. Lots of drow, duergar, and other strange things of the dark.
Duergar?
Ah, yes, Gimli Grim. I did say duergar.
Looks like we're having some fights.
So do you wish to go to Thunderspire?
Oh, definitely.
I'm game.
Okay.
Paul Thumper here, he wants to be put to good use.
Excuse me, Bairwyn.
Yes, sir.
What is the name of that ogre enforcer? What did you say his name was?
His name is Brug. B-R-U-G-G.
Brug.
He's
Thank
a
you
very,
very much.
very, very, very tough guy. He's not one to be messed with. That's why the mages have him as their enforcer.
Understood. So what kind of payment can we expect for handling this task for you?
Yeah, how much gold?
Well, I will tell you this. I will make it worth your while. I'll give you all 200 gold apiece. And that is 1,000 gold. That is a hefty sum. And you are. It seems like you are still novice adventurers too.
I wouldn't say that too loud in front of me.
Ah, dwarf. I just.
Don't jest around me.
Like the travel is a long distance.
So our only contact would be in Gandar's curios and relics inside.
Oh, there's lots of establishments and places to trade in the Seven-Pillared Hall, but Gendar's curios and relics is who you seek. Gendar's. G-E-N-D-A-R-S.
Understood.
But please, just don't mention Baron's name anywhere else in there. I owe several people money, and I don't want them tracing me back to Winterhaven here. It would look so bad on Lord Padraig. He's such a good guy. It would just look bad if, you know.
It seems if you don't pay us when we come back and we done what you asked, I know where I can go to let them know where you are.
Well, how do I know you're not going to take what I give you? Or maybe you may just take what's given to you from Grendar. How do I know you're not coming back to me, Gimli Grim? I have asked no such thing.
A dwarf's word is a dwarf's word.
And so is my word.
You're the one
but
that
you're not
owes
the
money.
dwarf.
Well, I owe money because of inflated taxes that I had not known
And
about.
past transactions that you can't
Correct,
settle.
sir. Correct. That is
Correct?
for taxes. Taxes that were not even part of my deal, but the mages, they want a part of it anyway. And if you're in the Seven-Pillared Hall, unfortunately, you have to you're at the mercy of them. You have to pay the taxes. If you don't,
I'm
they'll
not
bleed it out
under
of
any
you.
mercy of any of them.
Well, once you step into the Seven-Pillared Hall, dwarf, you will be.
Once I leave, I am not.
And once I left, I didn't think I was either, until I started getting writs and messengers telling me that I owed them money that I had no clue that I owed them. So that's why I cannot go back, Mr.
I'll
Gimli.
just use that for kindling.
Kenlin? What the? Is it a burning wood?
Definitely.
Oh boy.
So am I understand, Bairwyn, that we also are to deliver something back from Gandar's curios and relics to you?
Ah, yes. I want you to give him this cask, and he puts down the box, and he says he will be giving you an item to bring back to me. What I seek is my own business. It will not kill you. It will not harm you. But I have buyer for something that good old Gurden is helping me find.
But this object, it can be carried on your person. We would not need a wagon.
Oh no,
or
this is
cart
just
or-
a very small item. Just a couple of stones.
Understood. So we would need to provide our own transport.
Oh no, you can take my wagon. You may take my wagon. It will take several days worth of journey, so you may as well travel in style and be able to carry goods.
Stones look like in case
You may not, sir.
somebody. Okay.
Well,
Then if
that
we end up
that will be locked
losing
as
them
well.
And trying to get them back, how can we find out we got all of what?
Well, you will be able to find the box that he gives you, and it's not going to be the size of this box. And this box is a small box that he gives you, but it's a longer box. So, and he tells you this. He'll even tell you this is a dagger, a silver ceremonial rare dagger that I am trading for something. Now, in return, what I am getting, I have a very gracious offer from a gentleman that I know, and that is why this is going to help me clear the debts that I have. And seeing that hopefully the transaction will go off site of the 7-pillared hall, and I won't have to pay for these grievous taxes that they impose on you. It's so preposterous.
Well,
25%.
Know what it is, because if we get into combat and we misplace it, we at least know what to look for. Now, if you kept it quiet, we wouldn't know what was missing, would we?
It is a couple of stones, dwarf. That is what I will tell you. They are stone. They are stones.
Color?
They are a stone. There's no color to them. They are seeing stones. They are drow seeing stones. You beaten the information out of me, Gimli Grim. You've beaten me. You have bludgeoned me to get the information. They are drow seeing stones. That is what I want delivered back to me. I have a very gracious offer for these.
The reason why you're too scared to go yourself is you're afraid the drow will pick up on what's going on and steal them back.
Gimli Grim, I've already told you 3 times why I cannot go to Thunderspire Labyrinth. Silly dwarf, I
Yeah.
cannot go because of the taxes that I owe. For the
Yeah, I
last
think there's a little bit more
trip,
than that.
I am
Yeah.
telling you. Give me an insight check. Gimli Grim, you can give me an insight check.
Yes, sir.
He's telling the truth. He's definitely telling the truth. Silly dwarf. Come, Gimli Grim, give me that insight roll.
Hold your horses.
Too good. Gimli Grim, you know that you know that for a fact he's telling you the truth. He doesn't want to get his head crushed by the ogre. That's why he's not wanting to go there. You can just tell by his body language, by the tone of his voice, by the way he's making eye contact with you. You know without a shadow of a doubt this guy owes money to like he had said, someone or some persons in the labyrinth. That's why he's not going.
The reason why I tried to crawl this out of you is because this is the first time we've met, and I don't take Pearson's word.
Silly dwarf, you've been here for the last month. You've been in here
No,
before.
I haven't.
You have nonsense. I have seen
I've been
you.
away in battle. Not around here, you idiot.
I love you. He's been here before. It's so good.
But now that we know what's going on, what it is, and why, we shall do our best to get it done and done right.
And I
Is that good
appreciate
enough
that,
for you?
Gimli Grim. It is most certainly good enough for me, Gimli Grim. I
Good.
do appreciate it. Yeah, I have a pretty nice lifestyle here in Winterhaven. Do you think I want to throw it all away and be on the bad side of Lord Padraig, and then he has
Spit in your-
friends all across the
Spit in your
Ninterville,
hand
and
shake my hand.
I
It's a
will
deal then,
spit in
right?
your hand and shake my hand, Gimli Grim. He spits in your hand and shakes your hand. And you can hear it. I know how to do dealings with a dwarf. I've dealt with many of you before, Gimli Grim. I like you. Little forceful, you bludgeoned me to death several times during our conversation, our parley. But nonetheless, I still like you, dwarf.
Well, there's only one that I trust, and that's my higher power and my friend.
Moradin?
You damn straight.
As every dwarf. I've never met a dwarf that hasn't celebrated Moradin. So does anyone else want anyone? The two gods from you are accompanying Gimli Grim now and running and this devilish tiefling in your presence. The tieflings, they just make me they make me shudder. They make me nervous.
By the way, man, I have your healing potions.
Thank you.
I love
I
Bairwyn.
hand you 150 gold for the purchase.
Okay.
Thank you.
That leaves me with 4 healing potions, Dave.
I love Bairwyn, man. He's turned out good.
Speaking of which, Master Bairwyn, is there any other information that you feel is pertinent that we need to know at this point in time?
Well, I can tell you a little bit. Gather around, everyone. Have a seat at my table. Please come back and have yourselves something to drink, and just don't eat don't eat too much. I've got to restock pretty soon. So he invites you back to his. He has a double door that he pushes open, and he tells everyone to sit down. He wants to tell everyone a sort of like a brief overview of what Thunderspire is and sort of the lore of it. So he tells you that
when he
yes,
when he starts talking about the adventure and additional information and over some wine, I would like to make a music box.
Oh, you want to start tinkering a music box?
Right.
Is my story not keeping you keeping your attention? You need to fiddle and tinker with something? I'm sorry I am boring you.
I can multitask.
Well, that's good. I'm going to quiz you after I'm done. I hope you are
Never
paying
mind
attention.
him, he's a gnome. Didn't you know about gnomes? They like to tinker with everything.
They do. Those dashing little characters they are. So, this is hundreds of years ago. Minotaurs founded the city of Sarun Kel in the depths below Thunderspire Mountain. Sarun Kel soon became the center of an oppressive Minotaur kingdom that subjugated neighboring lands. However, 3 centuries ago, a battle for the throne of Sarun Kel, horrible battle, erupted into a vicious civil war among all of the different tribes of Minotaurs living inside. Out of anger at the Minotaurs' growing devotion of the deity Torvog, the demon lord Baphomet stepped in and then cursed them with mindless fury. Thus, when one faction was defeated, the survivors took to another until only a few Minotaurs were left. It was a horrible civil war. Over the following centuries, adventurers came to explore the labyrinth ruins of Sarun Kel. No one took care of them, so obviously they fell into ruins. And all kinds of treasure were forgotten in there. A lot of untapped sources, and that is where I find a lot of my exquisite items that I have here for sale. Much more than what you have, Mr. Gimli Grim, and your 300 gold pieces. But I like you anyway. I give you a deal, dwarf, later on.
Well, at least I kill the ones that I scavenged from.
Well, about 25 years ago, there were 3 wizards. Hadafin, Nadarun, and this goddamn writing is so small I can't see it anymore. What am I talking about? I need to turn on some goddamn light here.
You said Patafin, and who else?
My eyes aren't as good as they used to be. Everyone ages Gimli Grim.
You might
Watch
need to
your
get some
mouth,
better
boy.
seeing glasses.
You want to use mine?
Hasifa,
names
Niam, and
again?
Sazamar came to the mountain. Accompanied by
Hasifa?
retainers, the wizards spent long months in the ruins. And among the magic items they recovered from the ruins were several command amulets, which, in turn, these command amulets, they basically controlled the Minotaur's constructs built in the city's heyday. The wizards used the bronze waters to clear the upper levels of the ruins, establishing a stronghold there, the seven-pillared halls. And that is where I need you to go. Now, in the last 2 decades, my friends, the original founders formed the Mages of Sarun and established the seven-pillared hall to provide them with safe access to the denizens of the Underdark and to establish trade. The mages cleared an ancient subterranean highway carved by the ancient Minotaurs, and, of course, like I said, it allowed us trades, but they tax you, these bastards, they tax you 25%. It's blasphemous. As you would say, Ren, and your deity would say it would be blasphemous. Today, dwarves, Duergar, Drow, and more creatures come to the seven-pillared hall to trade gold, gems, rare ores, and other fine goods. Under the watchful eyes of the hooded mages and their bronze servitors that they control, an easy peace endures in the hall, while perils lurk in the shadows of the labyrinth beyond. So, like I said, you are safe within the seven-pillared halls, but if you leave the seven-pillared halls, you're basically on your own. You're out of the control and the power of the mages, and the protection, quite frankly.
You say the mages have control of golems?
They do. These massive constructs, Gimli Grim, that were created by the Minotaur. They power them with these amulets, as the lore is, as the stories are told. They control these servitors, these massive constructs. That's how they were able to build the hulls, to smash the rock.
And what of the subterranean passageway?
Oh, there are many.
There.
There are miles and miles of unexplored highways in this place. Very dangerous, Ren. I can give you a map and show you the way to Seven-Pillared Hall. It's just about a mile inside of Thunderspire Mountain. You will easily be able to get there. Just stay on the Lytton path, the Torch Highway, I believe it's called. And he unwhittles his map and he starts to look at it. And the road is called, well, the main entrance is called the Minotaur Gate. And then there is a road of lanterns that stretches out about another 1.5 miles. And the road of lanterns leads directly to the Seven-Pillared Hall. So you will have no problem at all finding the Seven-Pillared Hall. Now, where you go from the Seven-Pillared Hall, that's on you. But he tells you that things have not been, things have not been good. There's a lot of... The mages are starting to lose control a little bit of the outlying factions that are not associated with the Seven Pillars. Supposedly there are more Minotaur in there. I have no clue. I've never seen them, and I've never had dealings with them. Supposedly there are slave runners now in there, which I thought slavery was a thing of the past, but I guess for some people they still want to have forced labor. Simon Zed, thank you very much, Simon Zed.
Do you know of anyone by the name of Kramer Blood Reaver?
Would that be Chief Blood Reaver?
That is correct.
I've heard that name several times. Why do you ask? He doesn't live in the Pillared Halls. I don't know where he would be. There's lots of areas of the labyrinth, but beyond that, I couldn't tell you what's beyond the Seven Pillars Halls. I've only been there several times, and I've been taxed.
What else have you heard about Blood Reaver, if I may ask?
That's all I've heard, Gimli Grim. Just, I know that in stores and through word of mouth, there is this small Minotaur clan left. That's all I know.
So he has some goons to fight with him.
Probably old distant relatives of the ancient Minotaur civilization that actually created Thunderspire. And that's where I would think they came from. How many there are, I have no clue.
There's another question I'd like to ask you, sir. Do you know if there's any necromancers in the general area that we're talking about?
Oh, there's plenty of Drow and Duergar. There's necromancers. They automatically qualify for necromancers being Drow and Duergar. There's slimy, evil, dark creatures.
Thank you for that information.
Bairwyn, before we leave, would it be possible to procure a studded armor as the armor I'm wearing currently seems to be
Yep.
wearing itself in?
If you want studded armor, you can buy studded armor and sell your old armor for half price. You most certainly can. So
How do you like mine? Pretty nice, huh?
looks pretty good, Gim. I like I told you, I want to get a mannequin. I'm gonna send you a mannequin through Amazon or something. And then I want you to put the Amazon up. I want you to put that mannequin up behind you. And if you crit or something with Reaping Strike, you can just turn around and slash it with your dirk or something and just real-time battle that thing, man. That would be awesome.
I have no room for the son of a bitch.
Reaping Strike! Dark Blue, man, I'm just RPing and having fun with Gimli Grim, man.
You're muted, Dave.
Because I'm not speaking to you, Gimli Grim. If I speak to you, I will suppress the button and speak to you.
As long as your lips are moving, I like to know what you're saying.
Quillen, Farland, Ren, anyone else? Anything from? And you know, he also tells you that you could take the cot and the transportation now, but I want this back. This is my prized possession.
Water skins, rations. We got everything, people.
Yeah,
I am ready.
I am ready, but at the moment, I would like to visit Voltron before we leave.
Voltron, I
So-
love it. I love it, Voltron. Sure, you can go to the tower. Voltron is there. Actually, he summons you up to the, he's got his 5-level tower there, and he summons you right up. You just flash, you just appear. All of you appear on, you knock on the door. Remember a couple times you've knocked on the door and that magic mouth appeared? It appears and says, I'm going to transport you up to level 4! And then all of a sudden, bam, a flash, you guys are up on level 4 of the tower. So you're in the presence of Voltron, or a.k.a. Voltron is what everybody else calls him. So, and yes, what do you guys need?
Voltron, I believe we've mapped out most of, or all of the Shadow Keep.
I see. I also heard that you closed the portal. I heard it was a close call, but you got the portal closed.
Thanks to my friends here.
Dark Outlander, thank you very much for the follow.
I believe you said you were you had a reward for us being able to complete the map of the
Oh,
Shadow Keep.
my memory is a little fuzzy. Can you help remind me of that?
I pat my warhammer.
Oh, silly dwarf! He mimics a couple things and casts a spell at you, and you were instantly froze, Gim. You're just froze there. Your mouth can move, you can speak, but Voltron just casts Hold Person on you, and you just instantly freeze. No save required. And there goes the webcam.
Wow, that's pretty good, Dave.
I wanted to find out if you could put a scryer spell on the group so you can keep a watch on our comings and goings, so you'll be informed of what's going on. Did I say anything else, sir?
Well, you were patting your hammer at me, and I took offense to that and wanted to protect my skull from your hammer, your mace, your blunt object. So I just decided to hold you in place.
If I was going to do such a thing, I would approach you, would I?
Well, when you are patting a hammer, usually when someone pats a hammer towards me, I take it as a threat. No offense taken. I hope you don't. It's just for my protection, see. But anyways, I'm sorry. What was the offer? I'm getting up in age, and how much did I say that I was gonna give you? Does anyone remember?
Ren, wasn't it 5,000?
5,000? I don't even have 5,000 gold, Gimli Grim. Nice snort, by the way, too.
That generous. I believe you said somewhere around 1,000 gold pieces.
Oh my goodness, no! No, I know how much it was. It was, nice try though. I remember. I have it written down right here. What it is he was going to give you. Remember, he told you that he was going to give you a couple rituals, and remember, he gave you one up front. Man, I remember everything. So he will offer you, seeing that rituals and spells are a little bit different here in 5e. He's going to offer $500 for the mapping of the entire keep. That's for the ruins outside and for level 1 and 2. So I remember Leopold. He was always saying, "Hey, I'm mapping out this area. I'm mapping out this area." So he will give you 500 gold, and you can do what you want with what you want of that 500 gold. You can split it. You can keep it all to yourself. It doesn't matter. He sets down a nice hefty bag of 500 gold and sets it on the counter. That will compensate you for the maps, and he takes the maps from you and says, very nice indeed."
Thank you, Sir Wizard. By the way, I was jesting.
And so was I, Gim, and he waves his hand again, and your hold person is taken off of you. As your muscles stop tightening up and aching, and so you're starting to feel better now, Gimli Grim. I wonder what a level 9 magic missile would have done to Gimli Grim. With 12 or 13 orbs at once. It would have been pretty good.
Hey, Dave, could I make a insight check or on his school? Wizardry?
You can tell that he is reeking of an evocation mage. Just from everything in the tower. And you would know that anyway, being a mage and being here in Winterhaven. Oh yeah, he's a very experienced and traveled magician, wizard. Oh, for sure.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he saw the wars back, decades ago. So why do you visit me? Is there anything else that you need, Ren? And Gimli Grin and Crasha, and you two are the gods of. I've seen you around before. You are no longer gods. You are no longer in the attire.
Well, I do have one more question for you.
Where was Peter? What happened to Peter?
Unfortunately, Peter passed away. He passed away.
Was he the one that turned into the undead? I thought it was that Leopold Dastardly guy. He was a charming fellow. A little sly on. I wouldn't trust my back turned to him, but Peter, he was a very noble fellow. It's unfortunate that he succumbed to the undead.
Yes, it is very unfortunate, and I believe Leopold is sleeping in as of right now. But we don't know where his whereabouts are.
I would sleep with one eye open if I was around him. If I was you.
I'll make sure to do that.
Last time he was here, he was bellowing and ranting that he killed some poor one-eyed goblin called Splug. I heard about it.
If that was true, he killed him in cold blood.
Typical assassin. Glad it wasn't within the borders of Winterhaven. He would be in Lord Padraig's dungeon down below his manor house right now.
Truth be told, he did try to kill us before we interested him.
Unbelievable. Lord Patrick's dungeon. Oh my goodness. Alright, so he basically, is there anything that he can help you with? He wants to, help you out with anything that you need.
As I was saying, Sir Wizard, would you possibly put a scrying spell on our group so you can watch where we're coming from? And if anything happens to the group, at least you will be notified. and be able to make aware of the situation here in your fine city.